Doja Cat just turned a denim commercial into a full-blown internet spectacle, one that has brands, fans, and even celebrities picking sides. It all started with a seemingly harmless ad featuring actress Sydney Sweeney promoting American Eagle's new fall campaign.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you.
The tagline, Sydney Sweeney has great jeans. A playful pun, or something more loaded. Within hours, the internet began dissecting the message, drawing uncomfortable comparisons to outdated beauty standards and even eugenics-era language. But it wasn't until Doja Cat stepped in with a biting 15-second parody that the controversy truly exploded.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
What followed was a viral firestorm. Hashtags, think pieces, memes, and debates that pushed a single ad far beyond fashion and straight into cultural critique. So what really happened here? Was this just a clever roast or a calculated takedown of a bigger issue? Let's break it all down. It all began on July 25th, 2025. American Eagle launched what should have been a simple feel-good fall campaign, starring none other than Sydney Sweeney. The ad itself was sleek, nostalgic, and unmistakably curated. Sydney twirling in slow motion, dressed in high-waisted flare jeans, blonde hair glowing in sunlight. The entire vibe screamed retro glamour. But what really caught people's attention wasn't the denim or the visuals. It was the tagline, Sydney Sweeney has great jeans. Now, on the surface, it was a light pun. Jeans, as in denim, but also a play on jeans, the kind you're born with. A nod to Sydney's classic Hollywood look. Blue eyes, blonde hair, symmetrical features. But almost immediately, the internet didn't find it clever. It found it uncomfortable. Critics pointed out the phrase great jeans has a long and messy history. In certain contexts, it's been used to push outdated ideals around beauty, race, and what's considered desirable. And for many, this ad felt like a throwback to an era of exclusion, where whiteness, thinness, and Eurocentric features were marketed as the default. Screenshots of the ad flooded TikTok and X. Hashtags emerged within hours. Some viewers said it felt like subtle eugenics messaging. Others accused the brand of glorifying a narrow beauty standard at a time when consumers are demanding more inclusion and awareness. Then came the headlines. Why American Eagle's Great Jeans ad went horribly wrong. Sydney Sweeney's denim spot sparks eugenics backlash. Great jeans are great jeans. The internet reacts. The discourse caught fire. By the 48-hour mark, the hashtag Great Jeans had surpassed 90 million views on TikTok. The ad's original Instagram post, over 120,000 comments, and most weren't positive. But while the backlash burned, something strange happened behind the scenes. American Eagle's stock price jumped almost 10% on launch day. Sales were spiking. Outrage or not, attention was pouring in. And attention sells. Still, the criticism kept mounting. Sydney, who was already under public scrutiny for a recent breakup and leaked paparazzi photos, suddenly found herself at the center of a viral marketing controversy she likely never saw coming. And through it all, she stayed silent. No post, no story, no clarification, which left one massive opening for someone else to take control of the narrative. And that's exactly what happened when Doja Cat hit record. Just when the backlash around the American Eagle ad seemed like it might die down, Doja Cat entered the chat. On the morning of July 29th, 2025, Doja opened TikTok and recorded a video that would completely shift the conversation. It was only 15 seconds long, simple, low budget, and unmistakably intentional. Standing in front of a blank white wall, wearing a denim jacket half-buttoned and her hair in a messy ponytail, Doja slipped into a slow, exaggerated Southern accent. Then she repeated a near-exact version of Sydney's monologue from the ad. "I've got great jeans, passed down from Ma Mama and Ma Daddy, and they fit real nice." No fancy editing, no flashy cuts, just satire delivered with precision. and the internet exploded. Within the first 3 hours, the video racked up over 4.6 million views and nearly 800,000 likes on TikTok alone. Minutes later, it was everywhere, shared across Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and reposted by major pop culture accounts like at Popbase, with captions like "Doja Cat enters the chat" again. But the reaction was instantly divided. One side praised her. "Doja said what we were all thinking." Finally, someone calling out the creepy gene pool messaging. Viewers celebrated her for using humor instead of a lecture, making a point without sounding preachy. To them, Doja's parody didn't just make fun of the ad. It exposed what many felt the brand had tried to slide under the radar. The other side didn't see it that way. Isn't this just bullying? Why go after Sydney? She's just the actress. They wrote the script. Some argued that the real issue was the brand, not Sydney Sweeney. That mocking her performance felt like punching down, dragging someone into a fire she didn't start. But regardless of how people felt, the impact was undeniable. Searches for "great jeans controversy" jumped 200% overnight. Media outlets who had already covered the ad returned with updated takes, this time citing Doja's parody as the turning point. New headlines surfaced. Doja Cat's parody reignites controversy around Sydney Sweeney ad. Satire or shaming? The internet debates. Doja's TikTok? How one video reopened a viral wound. Behind the scenes, marketing analysts were watching closely and noticing something fascinating. Every hour Doja's parody trended, American Eagle's online denim sales went up. It was clear, attention was driving profit no matter where it came from. But while the brand was profiting, its social team was overwhelmed, scrambling to delete hostile comments and filter out spam. The campaign was slipping out of their control. Meanwhile, Doja logged off. No follow-up, no statement. Just one comment under her post. "LOL night, y'all!" And just like that, she disappeared, leaving behind a viral mess that only kept growing in her absence. As the internet continued to argue over Doja Cat's parody and the meaning behind the ad, the attention slowly shifted to the people caught in the middle, especially the celebrities who were directly or indirectly involved. Sydney Sweeney, who starred in the ad, found herself facing unexpected backlash. And while she didn't say a single word about the situation, her silence spoke volumes. Sydney didn't post any official statement. She didn't clarify her role in the ad or respond to the jokes and criticism. Instead, she quietly disabled the comments on several of her recent Instagram posts. Fans quickly noticed, and it only added to the conversation. Some praised her for staying quiet and avoiding drama. They said she was handling the situation with grace and didn't owe anyone a response for a campaign she didn't create. Others, however, felt like her silence was a way of avoiding responsibility. If she took the paycheck and agreed to represent the brand, shouldn't she at least acknowledge what the campaign had turned into? While Sydney stayed quiet, other celebrities started reacting in small, subtle ways. Lil Nas X left a comment under Doja Cat's video, writing, "LMFAO, I needed this," clearly showing he was entertained by the parody. Hailey Bieber didn't say anything directly, but liked a post defending Sydney and reminding people not to blame the actress for the ad's message. It wasn't a full-blown celebrity response, but these small moves were enough to keep fans speculating about where different stars stood on the situation. Behind the scenes, people in the industry were paying close attention. Sydney is more than just a face in a denim commercial, she's a rising star in Hollywood. But this kind of viral attention, especially the negative kind, can stick. If the brand chooses not to fix or change the campaign, there's a real chance this moment follows her around. Being known as the great jeans girl might not be the image she wants while aiming for more serious roles and higher profile projects. The entire situation became a kind of celebrity chess game. Who would speak up? Who would stay out of it? And who would the public blame in the end? As the dust started to settle, people began asking the bigger question: what was American Eagle trying to say in the first place? Was this ad really that deep, or was it just bad timing? On the surface, the slogan, "Sydney Sweeney has great jeans," was meant to be a fun play on words. It referenced her denim, of course, but also hinted at jeans, the kind passed down through family. The brand likely wanted to show confidence, beauty, and personal style as something inherited, something natural. But for many people, it came across as outdated and even a little creepy. The problem wasn't just the wording, it was how it made people feel. Some critics pointed out that the phrase echoed language used in old-school beauty campaigns that praised good genetics in ways that excluded people who didn't fit a certain look. For a modern brand, that kind of messaging felt tone-deaf, and when paired with a blonde, blue-eyed actress, the ad took on even more uncomfortable meaning. Media outlets began weighing in, with think pieces titled things like "Why the Great Jeans Campaign Feels So Wrong in 2025" and "The Hidden History of Jean Talk in Fashion." Some writers went so far as to connect the slogan to eugenics-era language, pointing out how praising great jeans has a dark history when taken literally. That comparison stirred even more backlash, especially among older Gen Z and millennial viewers who are deeply tuned into coded language and social responsibility. At the same time, marketing experts stepped in to offer a different view. They argued that the controversy may not have been a total accident. In today's content-driven world, even bad press can drive engagement, and engagement drives sales. After all, people weren't just talking about the jeans. They were searching, clicking, and even buying. American Eagle's denim page reportedly saw a traffic spike of over 40% in the week following the ad's release. So, was this a PR disaster? Or genius? Some believe the brand intentionally leaned into a risky message, knowing that people like Doja Cat could push it viral. Others think the backlash caught them off guard, and that their silence since the controversy began is a sign they're regrouping behind the scenes. Either way, it worked, because even people who never wear American Eagle now know exactly what the ad said. The campaign turned into a cultural moment, not because of what it meant at first, but because of what people saw in it. In the end, what started as a short ad turned into something much bigger. Something no one, not even American Eagle, could have fully predicted. Doja Cat's parody didn't just make people laugh. It opened a floodgate of conversations about beauty standards, branding, and how celebrities are used in marketing. It forced people to look beyond the surface and ask, why are we still selling products this way? The silence from Sydney Sweeney and American Eagle left even more room for interpretation. Without official statements, the public was free to shape the narrative, and they did. Doja's 15 seconds became the centerpiece of a cultural moment, while Sydney's quiet response became just as talked about as the campaign itself. Every meme, every hashtag, every reaction only proved one thing. People are paying attention more than ever, and they won't let a brand or a celebrity slip by without being questioned. Whether you think Doja was taking a jab at Sydney, at the brand, or just making a quick joke, the impact is undeniable. One viral video reshaped the way people saw an entire ad campaign. And in today's digital world, that kind of power is rare and dangerous. This wasn't just about jeans. It was about language, image, responsibility, and the new rules of fame. And just like that, a joke turned into a statement, and the internet made sure no one missed it.